I always say, build a better mousetrap and the mice get smarter. And today is a classic example of that. There is a new attack vector going around for CAPTCHAs for people to be able to compromise your computer and steal information from it. At least that's what it looks like. I'm going to dig into it today. It's a walkthrough Wednesday because I'm going to show you the screens that you're going to see and then explain how you can keep yourself safe, how you can look after yourself online if you see these sorts of things. See you soon. Welcome to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost with me, Charly Leetham. If you're a small business owner looking to simplify technology and get real, actionable advice from someone with 35 years of IT experience, you're in the right place. Every episode, I'll dive into tools and systems like email, CRM, marketing and tracking, and I'll break them down into bite-sized tips you can use straight away. Your time is valuable, so let's get straight to the point. It's time to work smarter, not harder. Rise and Shine, it's your dose of business tech inspiration with me, Charly Leetham. I have no idea what episode number I'm up to at the moment. It's been a busy couple of weeks, but I really want to keep getting these out to you each week. So where am I up to? It is Walkthrough Wednesday. And today I'm going to do something a little different. I'm actually going to walk through one of the new attack vectors I've seen using reCAPTCHAs. It just seems that I am doing an awful lot around security and protection at the moment, and I think that's reasonable given everything we've seen. I've got a couple of Mindset Monday episodes coming up about how we need to keep our mindsets in place for security, a few more Firewall Fridays that are going to go through a couple of other things. But today I had a very specific example of an attack vector using reCAPTCHA that I really want to show you guys so that you know to be wary of it and to get the heck out of Dodge when you see it. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to walk through this Malwarebytes article and show you the screens and explain what it all means to you. So bear with me. I'll be back. Alrighty, guys. So there's not many sites that I trust for really good information. I say that. There's a few sites, but there's a lot of sites I see that they tend to just hype things up. Now, Malwarebytes is one of the ones that I do tend to trust. They've been around for years. If I'm really, really concerned that I've got a problem, I will install their software to do scans on my PC and stuff. I mean, they even have subscription software. It's a good product, and when they bring up something like this, I like to look at it. Now, to be fair, I didn't find this through Malwarebytes. I found this through X, of all places, and someone had posted something, so I went and dug into it, and I wanted to use a reputable source for the content and not just the post that I had seen on X. And all credit to the person who shared it. I want to make sure that I'm coming back to good verifiable sources when I'm doing these things. So Malwarebytes it is. Now, the headline is fake CAPTCHA websites hijack your clipboard to install information stealers. Fabulous, right? Let's go through it. Lots of text, not lots of text here. And we get to this page here. So you go to a website and it puts up an image that says, I'm not a robot. We're all used to this. It's got a nice little reCAPTCHA logo on it. You click the box and it does its thing. Sometimes it'll pop up something. At this point, we expect it to pop up something to say, prove you're human, choose all the horses, choose all the stairs, do the puzzle, do something, okay, at this point. So we are actually trained at this point that when we tick that box, if it doesn't go through straight away, we have to do an action. We have to do something to prove that we're not a robot. I'm going to come down a little bit further. It's the next step that you really need to be watching. Now, this next step pops up a box. This is the box we would normally expect where it comes up with all the little pictures and says, choose all the stairs, choose all the motorbikes, choose all the roads, choose all the buses, whatever. It's got text here that we have to do. Sometimes it might be a puzzle, by the way. I'm just going to digress just a little. Sometimes it might be a puzzle. Move the puzzle piece into the right place. But now we've got these steps here, and it says to better prove you are not a robot, please And let's read the instructions here on the screen. Press and hold the Windows key R. In the verification windows, press Control V. Press Enter on your keyboard to finish. You will observe and agree, I'm not a robot, reCAPTCHA verification ID 8253. So if I just scroll back up here, it's already ticked. Now this wording here is already putting me off. You will observe and agree, I am not a robot, reCAPTCHA verification. This isn't right. That's the first thing that I would have picked. Well, no, it's not the first thing, but it's one of the things that I would have picked. Here's the thing that really gets me. This press and hold the Windows R key. The Windows R key will bring up a box. Let me come back and talk to you while I go through this. And then we'll come back to the article. Okay, so I really wanted to talk this part through with you. Talk through this part with you. Didn't want to just sort of sit and talk to the screen, which is pretty boring. I mean, I'm pretty boring too, but there it is. Anyway, the Windows R key, and this is for specifically Windows PCs, obviously, because it's the Windows R key. When you hold down and press the Windows R key, that will bring up what we call a command terminal, a CMD, or it will bring up a run command. And it's on the bottom of your screen. It comes up and says enter your command here. That actually executes what we call DOS commands. Now, for those of us that are old enough to remember DOS, that was the command line interface we had before Windows. In fact, some of us are old enough to remember when you had to run Windows from DOS to get Windows to run. It didn't just boot straight into Windows. So it's a DOS command. It's a command line. It's a command line instruction, basically. You bring up that Windows R and then you press Control V, it pastes in text. Then when it pastes that text into that command line and you press enter, it runs that text. That is not normal. Anything that asks you to run a command on your computer like that. So if you see anything that says Command R and Control V, or run up Command R and type this command, really, really, really think twice about whether you want to do it. If you're sure it's right, that's fine. Or if you've got someone you trust telling you to do it, that's fine. But if it's a random website or a random support person saying, run these commands, think twice about it. The fact that this CAPTCHA has popped up and said, tick the box, oh, you've got to run this command, is something that I would be, at this point, leaving the site. Either the site has been compromised or the site is deliberately a phishing site. Okay, so that's what I wanted to cover with the command R. Let's go back and finish reading this article. I scrolled down the article just a little bit so we could keep going. So that's the instructions we get. I've already explained about the Windows key R and the Control V and press enter on the keyboard. So what that's doing is that's going to execute a command on your computer at the DOS level, at the operating system level, on the command line. Now, what Malwarebytes is telling us here is that while these commands or instructions may seem harmless enough, if you follow the steps through, you will actually be infecting yourself with malware. So what it's done is it has copied something into your clipboard. When you have run up that site, it's put something into your clipboard. And when you press Control V, it's putting that, whatever it's been copied into your clipboard, into your DOS window. It's most likely an information stealer. So in the background, the website you visited copied a command to your clipboard. In Chromium-based browsers, which most of them are, even my beloved Brave browser is a Chromium-based browser. A website can only write to your clipboard with your permission. But Windows was under the assumption that you agreed to that when you checked the checkbox in the first place, okay? So what it's saying is that it's asked you permission. You've probably said yes. It's copied it into your clipboard. And when you've gone Control V, Windows is just going to assume that it's okay because you've said you've given it permission to copy things into your clipboard. It's a horrible attack vector. So what the obstructions in the prompt are telling you to do. It's opening. Oh, yes, we've covered that. They're not lying about what you will observe, by the way. I'm reading the article through, but what they don't tell you is that that's only the last part of what you pasted. And what you are seeing is not really part of the command, but just a comment added behind. under normal circumstances, this is what will be visible. So what you'll have is type the name of a program, folder, document, or internet resource, and Windows will open it for you. So it's pasted this in. The first part of what that target was instructed to paste are variations, sometimes obfuscated, of MSHTA HTTPS malicious domain media.file. Now, MSHTA is a command that will trigger the legitimate Windows executable, and that will fetch the malicious media file from the specified domain and run it. Now, that media file may look perfectly fine. We've seen Malwarebytes are saying that they've seen MP3s, MP4s, JPEGs, JPGs, and JPEGs, SWFs, and HTML. But there's going to be other possibilities. Don't just assume that it's only those. There's going to be other things that it's going to try and download. What these files are in reality is an encoded PowerShell command, and that's going to run invisibly and download the actual payload. Okay, so for a while, Malwarebytes are saying they were seeing the malware downloaded was almost exclusively the Lumma Stealer, Info Stealer, but recently they've seen campaigns that use the same method to spread the SecTopRAT. Both of these are designed to steal sensitive data from your machine. Okay, now how do you say safe? I'm going to come back and have a chat to you in just a moment. I'm going to just drop down a couple of things here. So first of all, don't follow the instructions provided by the website. If you get that window up, leave. Close that window, leave. You haven't been infected by that at that point. You do need to clear your clipboard, get rid of whatever is in your clipboard so you don't accidentally execute it by doing a Control-V at some point, okay? You should be using an active anti-malware solution that blocks malicious websites and scripts. So things like, if I have a look here, yeah, they are touting their own product. It is excellent, but make sure whatever your antivirus software you're running will actually look for malware that's coming down from the web, okay? And use a browser extension that blocks. Now, I've got to be careful. Now, Malwarebytes has a browser extension. A lot of the antivirus software have browser extensions. Just don't go looking for a browser extension that blocks malicious domains and scams. I've covered before how browser extensions can actually be more dangerous than they are more help. You've got to make sure you're using legitimate and reputable browser extensions. And the other thing it says is disable JavaScript in your browser before visiting unknown website. Okay, so the clipboard access is triggered by a JavaScript function. It tells you which one. I'm not going to go into it. It's all very technical. Just understand that JavaScript can run and it can copy it into your clipboard. Disabling JavaScript will stop that from happening, but it does have disadvantages. It will break many websites that you visit regularly. So what they do and what they're recommending is using different browsers for different purposes. So there are some step-by-steps here on how to disable JavaScript in Chrome, Firefox, and Opera. Chrome would be Brave as well. In Edge as well. And yeah, make sure you're using a good antivirus software. So let me come back and have a quick chat about what these recommendations are saying to us and what we can do to stay safe ourselves. Okay, so those are really, really, really good recommendations on behalf of Malwarebytes. Again, I do recommend them. I haven't actually purchased them. I do use their free software every now and again. I've got my own antivirus software that I do like, and I keep using it. But they do make some very valid points. And if you are looking for a replacement antivirus software or something that you can run on top of what you're already running, go look at them. Either way, their information is excellent. Leave the site straight away. Do not execute anything that you're told to do. Clear your clipboard if you can, as soon as you can. Even if you lose, I run Ditto, so yeah, I actually have historic commands in my Ditto, so I have to go and delete them from there if I'm using it. If you want to know what Ditto is, I did an episode on that a little while ago. And make sure you're running good antivirus software that will check websites, that will check for malicious code. Now, if you're running VPN software, a lot of VPNs will also have that enabled in it as well, and you should have it enabled. It might slow things down a little. It will keep you safe. It's always a trade-off. You've got to take that safety versus convenience balance, and sometimes you're going to lean more towards safety and less towards convenience, because how inconvenient will it be if you get hacked or if you get information stolen from your computer because you lean towards convenience, first of all? That's the thing that I'm going to ask right here. The other thing is disabling JavaScript, and I did like the idea of using different browsers for different things. I have Firefox installed. I don't have Chrome installed anymore. I removed Chrome after seeing what Chrome was doing with their little AI engine. I deleted it, so I don't have Chrome anymore. You can't delete Edge off a Windows computer, so it's always there even if you don't want it. And I do use Brave, so I do a couple of things here, and here's how I would handle this. I would disable JavaScript in Edge to start with. I don't use Edge, so it's being disabled. And if I run up a website and the website's broken because the functions don't work because they use a lot of JavaScript, a lot of websites use a lot of JavaScript. It is just the way it is. That's okay. I've just got to remember that I've disabled JavaScript on the browser. The other thing I would consider doing is in Brave and in Firefox, you can have different profiles. And I've covered profiles previously in these browsers. In those profiles, I would have one that had JavaScript disabled and one with JavaScript enabled. I would use my disabled JavaScript one to visit new sites, make sure they were okay, and then go and visit it in my standard profile. Yes, this is what I'm saying. Is this a trade-off between convenience and staying safe? Is it worth it to you? Are you convinced that you will pick these types of attacks? Are you convinced that your malware solution and your antivirus solution is good enough to protect you if something goes wrong? Those are the questions that I ask when I'm doing all of these things. I am one of those people that it's like, it's just so much of a pain. I don't want to have to do it. And then I think to myself, I should do it. I'm keeping my customers safe. I'm keeping myself safe. What is a couple of seconds / a couple of minutes versus a couple of hours cleaning up this mess and having to do all the reporting? Because there's a lot of mandatory reporting when you get hacked like that and information gets stolen. That's my thoughts on it. I did want to go through how that attack actually looks to you. That's why I did it as a walkthrough Wednesday and not a Firewall Friday. I'd love to know what you're thinking about it. I'd like to know if you're seeing these sorts of things. Have you been caught by it? I hadn't seen it, thank goodness, but I have. Yeah, I saw it on Twitter. I'm like, wow, that's cool. It is cool. I'm sorry, I'm a nerd. It is cool. It's horrible. It's cool. What do you guys think? Let me know. Leave comments wherever you're watching or listening to this episode. If it was helpful, please give it a like and share it with your friends. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, because I get a lot of people who are viewing these episodes, but you haven't subscribed to the channel, and that's okay if you don't want to, but I would love it if you'd subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so you find out when I drop more content. And here's the other thing. I am a tech wrangler. I help people look after their tech, particularly in an online manner, in the online world. But I help people look after their tech. I help you demystify it, get your strategies together, fix problems. I'm quite broad, and I've got a reasonable amount of depth in a lot of areas. If you need help, I offer a free 30-minute breakthrough session. You can go to askcharlyleetham.com and click the bright pink button in the top right-hand corner to book that. It is free for one per person per company. I'm sure you get that, what I mean by that. If you've already used your breakthrough session and you still need help and you still want to work with me, get in touch. I've got a number of ways we can work together, and we'll find out which way works best for you and me so that you are successful, because your success is my success. All right, guys, that's it for this episode. Be safe, be aware, do all the good things, and I will see you on Friday for Firewall Friday. Bye. Hey there, thanks so much for tuning in to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost. I hope today's episode gave you some actionable insights that will make your business tech work smarter for you. If you found value, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other small business owners who could use a daily boost. For more tips, tools, and resources, visit www.askcharlyleetham.com. Until next time, keep rising, keep shining, and let's make tech simple together.